B-Boys Underground number 68 starts now.
All of my, all of my, all of my 9 to 5 niggas and the cats who don't give up on their piece of the pie.
Yeah, we ain't working hard, man, how you maintain. To learn to overcome the heartaches and pain.
To all of my 9 to 5 niggas and the cats who don't give up on their piece of the pie, niggas.
We ain't working hard, man, how you maintain.
Yeah.
To learn to overcome the heartaches and
Yo,
pain.
shit is hard, baby. Real hard, baby. In a world where there ain't no ifs, ands, maybes. Always gotta watch my back when niggas tryna play me. Smile in my face, behind my back, wanting my lady. Well, if you get in, you gotta no longer my lady. Want me to rock an hour show, nigga, you gotta pay me. Fuck a 9 to 5, tired of you suckers tryna slay me. Entrepreneur, 4 or 5 hustles if I got to, so I ain't gotta clock in to see you again. Work ethic, prophetic, blood, tears, and sweat it. I stay energetic, we rolling over for you. Forget it. Gotta stay focused on the prize. Soak all the talent out of myself and for the found they provide. Physical food, mental food, spiritual food, unconditional love, indivisible. Shit is critical.
All of my 9 to 5 niggas and the cats who don't give up on their piece of the pie, niggas.
We ain't working hard, man, how you maintain. To learn to overcome the heartaches and pain.
To all of my 9 to 5 niggas and the cats who don't give up on their piece of the pie, niggas.
We ain't working hard, man, how you maintain. To learn to overcome the heartaches and pain.
Yo, long as I'm breathing and people out in the world deceiving, actions speak louder than words, fuck believing. From the president all the way down to the homeless dude down in the corner, niggas is heathens. I stay achieving and true to myself, it's how I'm being. I do work with the intent to stay alert, H and I C, never get jerked. Vibe 1, that means I go first. You sloppy second, my nigga, don't get your feelings hurt. Me and my brother Sam never hurt. We make it happen when it comes to success, we never flirt. Know what's up under the skirt, live and learn. They call it wisdom when you're growing from the dirt. Sun Vibe Project, out the music and merch. Grassrooted, never artificially turfed. No slave labor here, my nigga, we do the work. Word.
All of my 9 to 5 niggas and the cats who don't give up on their piece of the pie, niggas.
We ain't working hard, man, how you maintain. To learn to overcome the heartaches and pain.
To all of my 9 to 5 niggas and the cats who don't give up on their piece of the pie, niggas.
We ain't working hard, man, how you maintain. To learn to overcome the heartaches and pain.
What's good, what's good, what's goody? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie. It is B-Boys Underground, episode number 68. Y'all, Vibe 1 is in the house. First up, we got the one and only G-Fresh. What's goody, man?
What's going on, yo? 513 stand up. You know how we do, B boys and B girls. This underground numbers episode 68. So welcome to the underground. And we got Vibe 1. It's gonna be a great show. So let's get it in. We got Ghost Boogie, we got Matt Waves, Big Weeze. Shouts out from him. We're gonna get it going. Please tune in, ask any questions, comments, subscribe to the links and the content we put forward. Let's have a good show.
Absolutely. Next up, we got the one and only Mad Waves. What's goody?
Was goody boogie, you know, right here. 323 stand up, Los Angeles. Let's go. What up, G-Dash? Let's get it. Vibe 1. It's gonna be a good show.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, the one and only Vibe 1. What's goody, fam?
Peace. How y'all doing? Thanks for having me, man.
Salute.
Looking
Thank you
forward
for
to
being Yeah, looking forward to having you on here, man. And salute. Welcome from the legendary Watusi Tribe out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Watusi Tribe.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the Watusi Tribe.
Yes, sir.
You know, we always get it started off with the first question. The first question is you know, I want to know, and we want to know, you know, what's the first memory you have that's associated with hip hop?
Man, my first memories that I would associate with hip hop would be it'd be a cluster of things. Rappers to like break dancing, but I guess I would have to say I was maybe the movie Breaking,
Mm-hmm.
which in turn made me and my my friends want to, get boxes, cut them up, cardboard boxes, go walk around with them folded up, and like actually like, and this is in like Covington, Kentucky, right? So we actually like walking around trying to find people to battle against, or if it wasn't a battle, we see some girls, we just trying to impress the girls in the schoolyard or something. We start breakdancing, in front of them, or ticking up, all that stuff. It caught on really, really fast, to the point where me and one of my homeboys, Vivian, we used to get taken by it was a family called the Herndons. They were like family friends to our separate families.
Mm-hmm.
And each year, like twice a year, we would go somewhere in Kentucky. It may be Frankfort, it may be Lexington, it may be Danville, it may be just different places. And we would dance for grown people. We go into nightclubs, dancing for people in the nightclubs. We would dance for stuff that had, things that was more geared around kids. But the crazy thing about it was that we would be out late, and then our names were the mighty midgets, right? Because we were super short. And so I think some of the adults thought that we were just small adult people, because like once we got finished performing, we had to sign autographs. And I'm talking about like 10, 11 years old. We had to sign autographs, sign people's shirts, and take these pictures, Polaroid pictures and all this other stuff, and being treated like, it was like being treated like superstars. But what I didn't realize was that they were so behind. So we had something here that came out, let's say Planet Rock. Say we were rocking the Planet Rock for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we go down into one of the smaller little towns in Kentucky, and they may not have gotten it yet. So we're coming and dancing and showing new dances and playing new music that they may not have came up on yet. And so it was just like, it wasn't like a culture shock, but in a way it was, but like in a positive way, to where we were kind of like opening them up to the rest of the world, what was going on in the rest of the world. So that's like my earliest memories in terms of hip hop. Yeah. And then by performing, even before that, probably like third grade, one of the first things I ever did, like in front of a lot of people, was the movie, John Travolta movie, Grease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a part. Our third grade teacher was the choreographer and the director of the play or whatever, and she would take some of her class, all of her class, down to the gym, because it was during her class period that she had to do these rehearsals and stuff. So we would be sitting on the side, and like the seventh graders, they couldn't get some of the dance routines, and we would be sitting, on the bleachers, like, that's easy. All you gotta do is do this. They should do this little hand thing they did back in one of the scenes. It was like real popular. I'm sure y'all remember that. Mm-hmm. And we were doing it like flawlessly. And she was like, y'all come over here. She sat down to whoever wasn't doing it right, and then added me and my friend into the play, into that dance part of the play. So it was that, and then immediately after that, so that, let's say that's the beginning of the school year. So when you're getting close to the end of the school year, they have another assembly. Then I'm doing the John Travolta and Saturday Night Fever, and now I got the white suit on, shirt, the whole thing. And I didn't do nothing I didn't act or anything in the play. They just want me to do that dance number that he did in that, in the movie, the legendary scene, and I did that. And so once that happened, they said you get bit by that bug. It was over with from there. And then like immediately behind that, because that's the late 70s. So immediately behind that, hip hop, and then everything else that I just said when I started out talking about my earliest memories came into play after that. Yeah.
Man, that's a good one. Y'all was touring and y'all was signing autographs and introducing hip hop around Kentucky. That's dope.
Yeah. Yep. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. But yeah, that was my earliest, fondest memories of kickstarting. That kickstarted everything. Yeah, that kickstarted everything. For sure.
Dang, that's dope, man.
Mhm.
Hell
Fresh
yeah.
in that ways.
So when did it lead to the rhyming? When it to the to the solo groups and what everything becomes? When
Man,
did that
that's so
transition?
crazy. That's so crazy because being, being my age, of course, I'm inspired by music that happened before what we coined hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So I never thought about like rhyming or anything. I would say the first person that really, when they came, it was just like, yo, like, what is this? It was LL. When LL first came out, I was like, yo, this ain't like the rappers that like this ain't like this is something like, oh wow.
Completely
And it was
different.
because he was the first me and my friend of mine went to the record store downtown Cincinnati, one of the record stores downtown, and he bought this cassette, and we went back to his house and we just listened and listened and listened, learned all the songs and all that, probably over a weekend or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I wasn't thinking about rhyming. I was thinking about I was a drummer. Like I knew how to play drums at a very early age, and
Okay.
then I started hearing this word being thrown around called producer this, producer, right? So and it really I heard it a lot when it came to probably Quincy Jones, and then after that like Teddy Riley. So
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Riley was somebody that I really like connected with or attached to just because the type of music he was doing, his ear and all
The New
that was
Jack
just like
Swing era.
that
The New
New
Jack
Jack
Swing
Swing,
era.
all that. It was just like, I love this. So it was like, how do I figure out? I was trying to figure out what do I do to be able to start creating the music, and then I can be a member in a group of an
Mm-hmm.
R&B group. If they'll be the singers, I'll be the background, whatever. But my main role would be producing. But so I go through middle school, middle school, high school, playing basketball. I met you playing basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at the Big Brother program at NKU. So right after that, when I was realizing that, dang, the hoop dreams is about to go down the toilet or whatever. After graduation, like the very first thing that popped in my head was get back to the music.
Mm.
I was like, I don't know how that's gonna be, but I got to get back to this music. I remember my mom had bought this the beat machine, but the beat machines that had the pads on them and they came with the drumsticks. So
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
you could
Might have
record
been
Oh
a
yeah,
stuff on
might
them.
have been a Casio.
yeah.
Might have been a Casio.
Yeah,
I think it was a Casio.
So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to figure this. And I'm meeting up with other guys who somebody might play the keyboard, somebody may do this and that, but everybody's passion for it wasn't like mine, and it was like something that they were just doing for the meanwhile, for the in the meantime. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm seriously trying to do this, but I don't know. I didn't have no direction or know how to even start, because at that point in time, I didn't know anything about NPCs. I didn't know anything about any of the stuff that you would need to use to create music. I just knew I had rhythm. I knew I could play the drums, and that was just like kind of like my start. And so what happened was after graduation that summer, I had a couple older homeboys who were away to school. They played ball. They was back. They came back. And they was back in Covington for the summer. And through communicating with one of them, X-Man, he was up at Columbus State playing ball, but he was up there rapping. He said he had did a couple of performances, this and that. And everybody always knew I was talented, could do a lot of different stuff with music and stuff. And one day he just asked me like, "Hey, you wanna They had a group called X Nation, and he was like, "Do you want to start rhyming or whatever? You want to start being a group or what?" I said, "Doing what? Like, what would I do?" He said, "Rap." I was like, and at that point in time, I was like, I've never thought about rapping, but you know, I can rap everybody's song. Rakim song, you know, LL, everybody that was out, you know, Big Daddy Kane, I knew all the words, could rap them like they rapped it, but now I got to start rapping and speaking on things from my perspective and in my life. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say. So I grew up Muslim, right? So a lot of the prayers in Islam, they rhyme. Just like if you were singing church hymn songs, everything rhymes. So I was like, he said, won't you just say one of the prayers for this part? It was a particular song that he had that he wanted me to be on. It was called The 9 Bombs. It was 9 of us on the song. So I was like, he said, yeah, just say that prayer right there. And the prayer is called the Al-Fatiha. So I was like, all right, I said it to the beat. It worked. So later that year, right around Kwanzaa and all that, right? He said that we got a show in Columbus at this place is for Kwanzaa. Come up, we're gonna do that song. And I said, okay. So I go up in that December in '91, and we go perform at this place. Well, one of the guys that went up with me from Covington, he was a little older than me, but still younger than X and them, our older homies. He kind of froze in the middle of his verse. He froze. He tried to get himself together, you know, talk himself out, you know, like he was like, you know, hyping the crowd up or whatever, and then try to go back into the verse. But when he went back into the verse, he got stuck again. And when he got stuck that last time, I just put my arm around his shoulder, grabbed the mic out of his hand, and hugged him like this, and spit my verse, right? So in that moment, I felt like I was coming to his rescue, but also in that moment, it set off my code. As soon as I finished that verse and the people's response to it, when we got through it, the song was done and all that, and we just talking about it, I was like, oh, wow. Like I had never had a feeling like that. Even dancing in front of people and doing all this stuff, like I said, I did as a child, this was different. And so from that point on, I just fiercely started writing. So that's 91. We ended up staying up there for about a year and a half. Came back in the end of 92 or 93, came back to the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area, and then we Black Family Reunion, just all kind of different. We just started performing and just getting ourselves better to the point where we could start taking trips, doing shows at the Indiana Black Expo, and just doing a bunch of performing. A lot of like the first 3 to 4 years of my performance career, it wasn't recording, it was just performing. So we have songs and songs and songs, lyrics, just all in our head, nothing to go by, like go back and reference if we needed to remember the verse. Let's listen to the song to get ready for this show. It was just there. And I just, you just dialed it up when it was time to do a particular song, or if he was rocking over an instrumental or something like that. But 91 is when that started. 91 is when I got the nickname Vibe 1 too. Because back then, and still now today, a vibe could be when you walk into a room, it's a certain vibe in the room, like it's kind of a chill vibe, or it's kind of turned in here, or it's just whatever the vibe may be. And one of the guys, his name was Basil, he was like, they already had their nicknames or whatever. So he's like, what do you think about Vibe 1X? So I was like, what's the meaning behind it or whatever? He was saying, because when you come into a room, you never just start talking to people. You never over talk. You never do this and that. You kind of sit back and you chill and you reserve. And you feel like, and you realize you decipher who's the type of person you want to deal with, who's on bullshit, who is whatever, and then you start communicating with them. And if you don't like somebody, it has to be for a reason, because you get along with everybody. But also back then, vibing was a word that we used for dancing. And like I said, they know I came from the dancing, but the one came from me being my mom's firstborn son. So, and then the X was because we was X Nation. So I got rid of the X like ASAP. We already had a guy named X.
You X to X.
Yeah, we already had a guy in the group called X. I didn't want to make it seem like I was like his minion or not. I just didn't
Yeah.
Little ass.
So I was like, I said Vibe 1, we're gonna roll with Vibe 1. So in 91, Vibe 1, that's when Vibe 1, you know, became a thing. And so it's been Vibe 1 ever since then.
What was the name before Vibe One? Or was
I
you going
had
by
no,
you're just going by government? I mean, you're
my government, but in high school they used to call me Lid. My name was Colin, so the LID they call me Lid. And then I got and then I got Roni attached to it, like Lid dash Roni, because at a basketball dance one time, I think it was my sophomore year or junior year.
Yeah.
We dancing and damn Bobby Brown's Tenderoni come on. I'm slow dancing with this girl, right? And at a certain point of the song, I push her back and back up to let her see me, you know, whining and all that shit. And then I go down on the floor and do the hump on the floor like Bobby did, right? And then one of my teammates, he ran up on me. He was like, and whenever you did something funny, it would be your name attached to whatever it was you were doing funny. So I was doing that dance on the Tenderoni part. He ran up in my ear. He said, "Oh, Learoni. And it was like it just stuck. We went to the that same year we went to state tournaments. Yeah. And you know, you get the state tournament jackets and stuff, and I got Learoni put on the back of that jacket. And so that was kind of like the first nickname that I like kind of like let it be known, like, yo, this is my nickname, as opposed to them just calling me Lid for short or whatever. And then so now over the last maybe close to 9 years, I got album series that I call Maturation of Learoni. And each one of those projects are always about relationships or relationship songs, you know.
Gotcha. Good idea.
Serious relationship stuff, or you know, you just spitting game to somebody, but this is like the maturation of that kid when it started that, you know, that night or whatever at the party. So yeah.
No, that's dope.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, how things and nicknames start, but I like how your name and how the origin story on that happened. And you know, so when you started writing, of course, like what was it that who would you say you had mentioned LL, you know, as being someone when you first heard a different style of rap compared to like the early 80s, and that definitely, you know, mid 80s started getting into the transformation, the way hip hop, you know, started to evolve at that point. Who was the MZ that when you started, all right, I'm gonna write now, this is me, I'm locked in, you performed at the stage, you're like, this is different, I want more of that,
right?
So you had to go back into the lab and really craft yourself and be mindful about how am I going to present now.
Right.
I'm very curious as to, like, you know, what you were taking in or your thought process as far as forming yourself as an MC, and who would you say your influences were or are still even to this day?
Yeah. So when we came back, and I was starting to I had to think about what's going on in my life right now. What's my story right now? What can I lean into in terms of topic wise? And so my dad hadn't been in the house. I had 2 cousins that had just passed the year before that, like tragic accidents, and they were very young. And then hoop dreams deferred, like that crushed me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I tried to start talking about things from a perspective of just don't try to go outside of who you are. Like, you got enough going on emotionally and mentally to where you can talk about what's going on with you, and somebody will want to, you know, because sometimes you think like, ain't nobody gonna want to hear this, you know, but you just got to do it. It's about you getting it off your chest. That's when I first realized it was going to be therapy. So, but I was listening to Ice Cube. Oh my God. Ice Cube. It was Ice Cube, Ice Cube, Ice Cube, Ice Cube, Ice Cube. So I know probably those first rhymes that I was writing this. I know I probably was sounding like him. They never got recorded, but they were the building blocks to me understanding bars, songwriting, the whole setup and everything. So it was Ice Cube, but people that I liked before that, before I started to actually rap, were like I had already said LL, but by this time he's probably 2 albums in, maybe 3 albums in. So Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Big Daddy Kane, X Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers, of course KRS-One. So it was like a fusion of that type of stuff that I was out listening to. Once I got past, the tape broke on the Ice Cube stuff, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, now I'm listening to it, and now I'm just figuring out, okay, now I know what my niche is, what my path is going to be in terms of what I'm going to be writing about, even if within the context of the group that I was in. Like, okay, he's going to rhyme this way, he's going to speak on things that way, he's going to rhyme and speak on things that way, and then so I'm going to kind of, I was more like straight to the point. I guess you could say in your face. I wasn't too. I got metaphorical as time went on. I did, but I never went to the point where I was just supercalifragilistic. I wasn't doing too much of that. I would throw that in there, implement my style in there, but try to keep it as relatable as possible.
More of an on point MC.
Yeah, for sure.
Not one to mince words, just get the point across and get it nice and clear. Just,
right. Yeah.
I did want to tell that story before we got further. So he mentioned it. We did have we had a mentor program at NKU. So it was based off our fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha. Most of us were on the basketball teams. And we had the kids coming in from Covington, who was, I think, was sophomores, juniors, or probably sophomores.
Oh, sophomores and juniors.
And it was Holmes, wasn't it? Covington Holmes?
Yeah.
Good, sports team. They had some really good basketball teams, Dickie Bill back in the day. But so I had 2. So, and we actually got paid to do it, but we was also, wanting to mentor and stuff like that. So I had 2 sets of kids, and everybody else had 1.
Right.
So the kids I had, they come back I had the off-campus apartment, had a turntable. Div said, "Let me loan me the 4-track." So we doing music. So when they come to the spot, we doing music. Now I think he was you with Derek Fields?
I was with Derek. Yeah.
Derek, All-American, hooper on the team, one of our best players. But he wasn't doing no music.
Right.
So when they all had breakfast or lunch, and they came back together, and they like, "Hey, what everybody do?" He said, "Fresh in here. We was listening to beats. We recorded a song."
Yeah.
So I was like, I should have been with him.
Yeah.
And he told me that. I didn't know this story at the time, but we had linked up, and he told me later. It actually led to us doing a project together. But it was a funny story because I'd forgotten all about the whole mentor program.
Bro, the next time I saw you, after that period of time, the next time I saw you, we were winning the first hip hop award for City Beat.
Oh, for City Beat, and yes, and
you were one of the presenters that gave us the award. And then after that,
yep.
And I was like, yo, I remember you. You try to bring, and of course you remember. Yeah. But it was just I was with Derek. I was with Derek. Derek was my mentor, and you had George, and I think Dwight. He goes by, his name is George, but they call him Dwight. And then
Dwight, yep.
Yeah, Dwight and Dwayne. I think you had Dwight and Dwayne.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but bro.
Dwight did not like the other one. The other one was like a little more street. One was a little nerdy, but our job was the mentor. I know they was like oil and water, so I was like, I had to keep a balance between them two.
Right. Right. Yeah.
What did he say? Is that Mr. Watt? I would have thought that Fresh was an NBA player if he was coach as a little kid. And shut up. Yeah, but continue on. I just want that, that story because when you told me about it, it just sparked a memory I had forgotten about.
Yeah, I thought it was so. Seeing in the crowd, well, I already knew because you were on the radio, but I don't know if this was. I hadn't seen you. I think I might have heard you on the radio, but I didn't realize that it was you. It wasn't until that night, and I was like, "Oh, that's the
2 and 2."
I know him from." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just crazy. It was just.
I knew the Watusi Tribe, through Mad
Yeah.
Art and Sam's son, and what was going on, and
Yeah.
But then put that together until you told me. Then it was like, oh, and I remembered you too when we all had the group breakfast. So,
right.
Small world.
Small world, man.
As Scandal will say, "Yo, mama know my mama."
Your mama know my mama for sure. But yeah, but like to answer, back to answering the question, it was Ice Cube, the initial person that I was like, let me see how. Or it was like I wasn't consciously trying to listen to him to rap like him, but I was listening to his music and I was writing to it. Yeah. So Death Certificate, whatever, because he had already did the first one. He was on the second one.
First one,
I think.
Was America Most Wanted. The EP was Kill It Will.
Yep.
The second album or third album, if you want to consider Kill It Will second. Death Certificate. Fourth was Predator. Then you had Lethal Injection. Those were the lineup that went down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he had the first. He was on the second one. He was on the second album.
Or Death Certificate.
Death Certificate.
Death Certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classic.
And then so I was just whatever song come off. If it was a particular song that I like to be, I would just run it back and keep writing my lyrics to it. But back then, with us not having music to write our songs to, I would write it. If the next song came on, it was similar tone, even if it was a little faster, I keep writing the verse. And what that would do is help me when we were somewhere and somebody just threw on a beat. Any rhyme, a lot of the rhymes that I had them to where I could rhyme them fast. I could slow them up. I could adjust them. It wasn't a thing like where I was like, "Hey man, can you turn the speed down on that?" Whatever it came on, I figured out which rap was gonna go with it, and I just would rap over the instrumental. You know what I mean? Whatever that verse was,
no tempo constraints.
No tempo constraints. And I'm kind of, back then we was just like, we got to get in the studio. I can't wait. We was on that, but it was like, I'm glad we went about it the way that I'm glad we had to go about it the way that we did, because it helped us hone in on the stage part of everything, the performance part of everything, memorization, breath control, stage presence, all that type of stuff before we got into the studio and started recording stuff. So by the time we got into the studio and started recording stuff, you're talking about a good 2.5 years of straight performing, taking road trips, performing, coming back, all kind of just stuff like that, to where we had to learn, because it's different when you put them headphones on and then you in that mic and you hear yourself back. It's like, oh, you had to really, figure out how you got to project yourself, and even then, like doing ad libs and stacking vocals and all that type of stuff. We got taught by the first. Well, I could speak. Well, I would say all of us, because we did. It was some stuff that I think Exit might have done in Columbus, where you just kind of like free versing over a beat and the DJ's gonna play it on the air up there, but no like recording, like serious recording.
I got you.
Music and nothing like that. So you're figuring out how to I'm too loud, or I gotta get closer to the mic. You're figuring all that stuff out.
The technique, yeah.
Mark Santangelo from the Santangelo family, who used to bring the jazz festivals in Cincinnati.
Correct.
Some kind of way he did sound for us. That's what it was. He did sound for us at this performance we had at the community center in Covington. He loved us. He was like, yo, you know, what are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. I wanted to work with us, and then so on and so forth. And then eventually he started going up to Dave Arp's studio when he was in Clifton before he moved down the hill for beatbox. Before he went down, he was on what's that street? Flora. I think it's Flora in Clifton. And we were going there. Late night studio sessions. Late night studio sessions. And so that's how I learned how to record in the studio was from what we did, was from him. And
That's
then
good
that
backbone.
Yeah. So that process, we ended up signing. He had a little record label and all that. We ended up signing and put out our first EP with him.
Really? That's
yeah.
good history. That's something I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I think he taught so many people so many different things in the music community around Cincinnati. Cause just not even just hip hop, but just there were a lot of different recording acts that came through, and he touched and just with his whole situation, he had a lot of influence in the music community overall, but definitely in the hip hop community for real. Because I mean, through there was where I learned how to do a lot of the stuff in the studio when you got to it. But that's impressive that you guys did 2.5 years before you even went into the studio, which made that money that you spent and you saved for for those hours of studio time. You already had that discipline. So you guys were all right. So you're in learn mode and you're locked in instead of being, yo, we're at the studio, like we first time, it's like, yo, like let's turn up.
It's
Right?
usually
Instead of
it's usually a different way about going about it. Usually you're going to studio first, and to hear that, I mean, and it makes sense about how more groomed you could be if you're out on that stage first, then go to the studio.
Yeah.
it so much makes sense backwards in a way, like it locks in from because you get it, you already have the performance aspect of it. And then it's like, all right, now let's go in and record this and put this down in a structured manner and in the way that you want to perfect it and really put it out. So instead of like the moment where you're feeling the vibe and the energy in the moment and feeding off of that, whereas you're in this area and space and time creating.
Exactly.
I mean,
It really helped. It helped set us apart. One, and it fed into, for myself, for sure. I would say all of us, but because there was a transition. So after when 95 comes around, we get a text or call or something from a mutual friend of ours who was like, he had a bookstore. He said, hey, man, it's this guy that comes to the bookstore all the time. He's an artist, a producer. He's trying to put together a compilation with a lot of artists from the greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area. Would y'all be interested? I'm paraphrasing whatever, but it was like, and he connected us with Sam, who was about to start this. It was only supposed to be a one album project. Called Millennium Music. And it was going to be a dedication to KRS-One. Dedication to KRS-One, Millennium Music, all in one type of title.
Yes, I remember that.
And so we had an initial meeting in the summer of 95. We're coming up on 30 years too. We're gonna be dropping a documentary this year, speaking about how we started and all that stuff too. That's coming this year.
Dope.
But congrats.
Yeah, so we had that first initial meeting. We was like, yeah, this is dope, because until that time, we hadn't seen too many other like-minded artists in the city, and it was really probably for everybody. It was like, oh, I didn't even know. Some people knew about what we were doing, but hadn't met us or whatever, and maybe just knew the name or just whatever, that type of thing. So now you put name with faces and stuff like that, and it was like 20 people at that first meeting, and it stayed 20, for about another week, couple weeks, or whatever. And then it just dwindled down. It was 15. Then it dwindled down to 10, and we stayed 10, 9 for 95, I'll say, to 2000. Yeah. But I don't want to jump too far ahead and get into that. But that was that time period helped us, all of that performing and stuff like that. It helped set us apart. That's what I was going in to say. Set us apart when we came to performance shows and stuff like that. It wasn't no hey, cut your hand. You know, we wasn't begging the crowd to do nothing for us. Now we about to give y'all what we do. And if you catch it and you feel it, then wonderful. But
Watusi was energy.
You know, some people yelling out in the, you know, we came already. People was bugging that we was from Covington. They was like, y'all got to be from like New York or somewhere. Like, nah, we from Covington. Covington, where Covington at? It's right across the bridge from Cincinnati. It's like New Jersey to New York.
Right over there, right there.
Like New Jersey to New York. It's like New Jersey to New York.
Yes,
we was the first
absolutely.
ones wearing boots. We was the first ones in our city like wearing like boots, Timberland, all that type of stuff. Baggy pants, beaded necklaces. You know,
Mando jackets, yeah,
all that stuff. So people, we wasn't dressing like everybody else.
Unk charms. Y'all was wearing the Unk charms and
the Unk charms, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So people just assumed that we were from somewhere else. And then what's crazy is that span of time, 91 all the way up until we came back. Even before we joined Watusi, became Watusi. We had so many legendary like run-ins and conversations and meetings with people that, you know, I'm talking about like Public Enemy, you know, yes, I already said KRS-One, and then you got EU from Doing the Butt. Got a big shows with them.
50 years ago today.
Luke used to have this record label called, I forgot what his record label was called, but he had this conscious
Skywalker Records.
What was it?
Skywalker Records.
Skywalker. He had this conscious MC. I forgot the brother's name.
Oh, what's his name? Devious, or what was that dude's name?
He came up, performed.
I know you're talking about.
We did a show with him, and then somehow he was like, yeah, I was insistent. I don't know if he at some point went to UC or something, but some kind of way was like, it was still kind of coming back to where there was a connection with this guy who we thinking he's from Florida or whatever. He was like, no, I forgot where he was actually from, but he had been through the city and all that stuff, Cincinnati and all that beforehand, before going down to Florida, before getting the deal and all that type of stuff. Going to Chicago, we up there with X-Clan. You got Menudo in the same hotel. It's that Menudo fandom crate. All the girls is out in front of the hotel and all that. One of the big high-rise hotels in downtown Chicago. Chubb Rock. I mean, it's just, the list just goes on. We was always somewhere in the midst of a bunch of people that were on, per se, and we just there, and people looking like we supposed to be there, as opposed to like, you know, do they know we ain't supposed to be back here? You know, it was just like one of those things where it was just like, you know, you just kind of just being led in a certain kind of way. You just going with the flow, and what works. You can, you know,
right.
Let me jot that down to continue to move in this way, or something you learned, or whatever the case may be.
Yes, sir.
It just became, and it led us straight to, you know, everything just led us straight to that meeting in '95 when we were about to start the Watusi Tribe. Yeah.
That's dope, man. I always remember the first time I saw you guys, and then I just I'm gonna say a couple weeks back, was going through some vinyl downstairs, and I ran across a stack. I have like a stack of 12 inches that were just all Watusi Tribe vinyl, even with the gold 7 logo, gold foil up in the corner. You know what I mean? I've got them down there, and
That's crazy.
Bring them up to show you on screen. But yeah, man, that's you guys have always had just there was something that separated you from the rest of the pack. I mean, this is the way you moved. You guys were always on code and just professional and just on point and just
Appreciate
great
it.
performers and everything that you did. And people, I never liked it because I thought it was disrespectful, but people would say like, "Oh, that's like Cincinnati Wu-Tang Clan." I'm like,
Or
"Nah."
X
like
Clan.
that is
X Clan was
like
probably more of
exactly
that.
more but even though you guys were your own thing, man,
Right.
I was like that you can't do that.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I mean, other than the amount of members, they were less like Wu Tang. More,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
said X Clan, I mean, you just say somebody conscious, and because their music was
But no one
had
had a
message.
group that big.
No, at all.
That's more so how they would say it and attribute it to because I mean it
Because
was a
of the
crew. It
amount
was
of
like, but
numbers.
y'all
Yeah.
were MCs and all brought it, so it was just like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Right.
Compared to your traditional groups that only had like a couple of, like at most a couple of MCs, maybe three at most.
Hmm.
Whereas, you had a whole crew and a whole lineup that was just hitting you in the face. So it was always
Yeah.
dope to see.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so what was it like, with the evolution of the group and I want to know also what is it that has kept you gentlemen together for so long and still being creative, especially through the span of 30 plus years now, right? And
Hmm.
we all grow and change and mature and all of those things, but you know you all have stuck together and continue to put out projects and everything. Like, what is it?
Excellent.
Man. Well, the initial people that I linked up with, I was telling y'all when I was just out of high school was X, his brother Swing. Uh, we had a brother named Voice who was a singer. He just passed away not too long ago. Rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Um, and so X Nation would have put you more in the mind of uh, Arrested Development because we had a singer, but we also had a lot of members too. We had it set up to where we had two of us were rhymers. Uh, we had the singer, we had a dancer or two, which would be Swing and somebody else at different times, and me. But we would have put you in the mind of that. And so all of us went to that meeting for Watusi, but after a certain amount of time, only one, two, three of us stuck. The others went on and did other things in their lives. It was basically a crossroads, and we went to the way with the Watusi, and they went and started doing the things that they ended up doing for the rest of their lives. And everybody's still cool, was still cool, and all that type of stuff or whatever. So, so, and so those guys were people I knew since I was young. So we had a friendship that became a brotherhood, and to the point where they're my kids, uncles, and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we take that core group of people and we meet up with all those other 18, 17, or however other many people in the group of Watusi, which was just going to be a collective, and that was going to be the collective in the name of the project, whatever. So as that happens, we all just connecting. We all just, how sometimes it ain't hard. It's just like you're blending with each other seamlessly, and it's just making sense. And so we become close. Like, so Sam, I had a child she wasn't on the way yet, but Sam had just had his first set of twins. So we're seeing them in our meetings, or if we got to do studio time, He's in the booth.
I
Somebody's
have respect for him because I have twins too. So
yeah. So
much
we
respect.
we take a turn feeding them, burping them, passing them out. Next, you know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff, especially when you know when you feel somebody's energy in such a way, it just kind of happens. So we started really like caring about each other as time went on. Even as people, even as the initial members and stuff, who the bulk of the people left before we ever got to finish recording that album, that first Millennium Music, a dedication to KRS-One. So by the time we were ready to drop that, put that together, it was 9-10 of us, and that was like the core of us for, like I said, for that next 5 years. You know, so you had Sam, you know, y'all know, we had Napoleon,
Maddox, yep.
Maddox. Who else would y'all have known that? You know, Katuk, son of Silverton. Katuk came with us. I forgot to mention that. Katuk came with X Nation.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so we had those, and you had a few other people who, like I said, they were there or whatever. So, but we came to a turning point. We all getting, so we figured I'm 23, 24, maybe 23 when the meeting happens and we started. So, you know, 5 years later, people was like, okay, you know, we're gonna bow out. We're gonna go do this. Some people left and everybody was always had a job or working or doing something. But the career, you know, you're getting promoted, and it's time to get, you know, time is gonna have to go into that. People start getting married, having more kids and all that type of stuff. But for some reason, in 2000, it was 5 of us left, right? So it was more than 5, but 5 people who rapped were left. And we were having a meeting, and we had already did Fox in the morning, 19 News in the morning, got interviewed, performed on there. We had already run City Beat, Best Hip Hop, back to back, 97 and 98. We were really like, how they say, trending in the upward, upward direction. But when 2000 hit, it was just like it's a breaking point. We had 2 people in the group, because we had female MC in the group too. A couple different times we had female MCs in the group, but this one particular time we had Paradox was in a brother in our group, and a sister named Tamushini. They ended up getting together, and so they removed themselves out of the group, so I guess it wouldn't be a distraction or whatever. And they started their life with each other, got married, had children. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So none of the splitting up of the group ever was anything where there was a fight and somebody left, or it wasn't. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna go, you know, blessings to y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and go over and do this. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go.
No ill will, just growth and life. Growth.
Yeah,
life.
And so now we're back down to the people who basically were X Nation, plus brother by the name of Doc Ill was still in the group, and our brother Moses, he was in the group. Yeah, so we having this meeting, and it's like it was like something like in a movie, man. I ain't even gonna lie. We rehearsing for a show. That's what we doing. We rehearsing for a show. Then we have a meeting right after the rehearsal, and we saying, like, what are we gonna do? I was like, look, man. I said, shit, there's 5 of us left. You know, just like you got 5. You know, the thumb is whatever. I call it a finger. We got 5 fingers, man. I said, so we got to come together. I said, but when we come together, 5 fingers make a what? They was like, make a fist. I said, right. That's what's gonna be the name of this next project, The Fist. And that's our highest. We started recording that in 2000. It didn't come out to 2005, but that's like our highest selling record to date. It just some kind of way it just. But that was the turning point, and we knew we had to make a mark, because now I have to take everything that I learned from Sam, because Sam was the one who he would rent the equipment, Sam, the recording equipment. Sometimes if we didn't go to the studio, he would rent it from ICB, or he also had the SP 1200. He had this keyboard, he had that. And I'm looking at somebody like, damn, this is what I've been trying to figure out. How do I do this? And he's saying, well, you go here to get this. You got this. You go, I don't even know these stores exist. I don't know Guitar Center exists. I don't know, whatever the other stores were. I was like, my mind was blown. So now my mission is, when I get that income tax, go get this equipment. Teach yourself how to work this stuff. I had the rhythm. I just had to learn the technical part of running the machines or whatever. So once I was able to do that, I knew, okay, now I got to take the baton and move it forward. Me and Moses were the main two producers from that point on, all the way up to this day. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I was going to have, eventually, it got to the point where I was going to be doing the bulk of it. Not only the bulk of the producing, but the bulk of getting the vocals. Because now I got people that whoever's here can come record at my crib. Eventually, Katuk got his own stuff where he could record at his crib, email me the vocals. X would come to my crib, record. Moses eventually moves to Atlanta. That's another big thing that was like, oh snap! Now we got to work through this. Yeah. In 05, he moves to Atlanta. He's been out there ever since then. So it's like he sends vocals. I put him in the session, mix them, whatever. Even if he's the one that did the let's say he did the beat, he sends the beat, and I come up with, if he doesn't already have a hook concept on the song, then me and somebody else will come up with the hook or hooks for these songs, concepts, throw the verses together. I send it out. That's what I came up with. And usually I'm the first one. When you listen to a lot of our songs, I lead almost all the songs off because a lot of the ideas are coming from my crib, my lab or whatever. And then I'm sending it out, and then everybody's doing their verses and sending them back, putting them in, and we putting them together. But people will probably think that we around each other like this all the time, but it's not. It was just the connection and the synergy that was formed way back then. It never died. It increased. The further we away from each other, it kind of increased. So that's how we love each other. Like I said, like they kids is my nephews and nieces. My kids, they nieces and nephews. And now I got grandkids now, so it's just the same thing. And we just are brothers. We are a brotherhood that came together not because we share the same blood, because we chose to. And we chose to stick to family. We chose to stick to what we said we was gonna be, and that's how it's been ever since then.
You became a arranger, mixer, all of that good stuff. We talked about it with somebody on the last show. This was, and because I didn't know you was producing. I knew you had your own setup. Like if I sent you something when we did our project, and I love that. Like if I ain't got to record you and your the voice come back crispy, and I just got to slap it on. Ooh wee, I'm in heaven. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah,
nah,
but and that's stuff like that is just like years of trial and error, listening. All right, get in the car, play it. All right, play it in the house speakers. All right, let me hear it over here. Let me listen to this until eventually it just clicks and makes sense. You get some technical jewels, technical information from different people, and then apply that with my ear that I already have, and just loving it, and then wanting to like conquer it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to do, I don't have to do everything, but I want to be able to fully sustain myself.
Gotcha.
If I have to, and since I probably got my first gear and all that stuff like that to record myself. I had production stuff, but we was always going to the studio. But once probably 2001, I think it was, when I got my first system where I was able to record, and I was like a digital recorder, like a 16. Now what? It can go to 24-bit, but 16 track, and then after that, you just virtual tracks till you couldn't virtual track no more or whatever.
The VS was it a Roland? That. Was it the Roland?
Or it was a Roland.
VS8 Roland. Yes.
I got it's a something 16. I still got it too. It's a something 16. AV 16 or something like that.
Might be VS 1680 or something like that. If it's the
Roland.
Roland.
Might be something like that, yeah.
Sound quality that was pretty damn good too.
Yeah, it was pretty warm, man. I did I recorded like I recorded what's the brother's name from the Last Poise, the same brother that's on Common's The Corner.
Ooh, yeah.
I recorded him. He's on one of our albums. We got an album titled the Knuckle Up LP. So we came out with the Fist, and then the second album after that was the Knuckle Up. And he's on a song called Inevitable. I recorded him in my closet, you know what I'm saying? And he killed that. And it was just like mixing on somebody's voice that you used to hearing on records from when you was a kid. Your dad was like,
from the Last Poise, yeah.
That was like one of them other like, surreal moments to where it's like, yo, this is crazy. And he's in my crib. Like right now, he over there eating some, I think he's eating some fish or something. We got some Alabamas. He's sitting there, eating some fish and some fries or whatever, just chilling. And through the conversation that we had is how he came up with the lyrics that he ended up writing in the verse or whatever, because we had met him probably almost, what was that, maybe 9 or 10 years prior to that. So that was like 2002 when we met him again, or no, 2004. And we had did a show with them in 92. 94, I'm sorry, in 94. It was at the church that's over there in Walnut Hills. They had tore the church down, but it's still like the front walkway is still hanging right there on Gilbert Avenue.
Yep.
Yeah. We performed with Last Poise in that church when it was still up. But I just had a I don't know, with music, man. My mom said I was humming and I knew where hooks and breaks were coming in ever since I was like 5 years old. Or you know how the radio, you listening to the next song about to come on, and it'd be something like boom. But as soon as it gets to, I'm like, that's Michael Jackson. She's like, how do you know it ain't started yet? Boom, and then it'd be Michael or whoever it might be. And she'd be like, how the hell did he know? How did he know that that's what that was? So I was learning stuff. I was feeling stuff at a young age as it pertained to music. But I would later find out it was because it was like in my bloodline. Like my my biological grandfather, he wasn't really in my dad's life. So of course, it's not in mine, but he is my biological grandfather. He was a part of the group Otis Wilson and his Charms. And they was on King Records. Yeah. They was on King Records. So he's a part of a group. So my mom stopped singing after she after she had me. Not long after she had me, she's like, I gotta just, I gotta be a mom. I can't be singing in these nightclubs. I can't be doing this and that. And so she stopped singing to be, to be a mother. And but my mom's used to sing, singing Minnie Rippleton in the house while she washing the dishes or cooking or something like that. You just sitting there like, man, this is my mom singing like this. So
she hit them notes.
She hit the notes, man. My mom could sing, man. Yeah, she could sing. Yeah, she could sing. She could sing. But it started early like that. And then I was just determined to be able to be self-sustained, be a 100%er. Even if I didn't need to be, I had it in my pocket, my back pocket if need be. You know what I mean? So, and it stopped us having to pay all that money for studio. That was a very, very motivating factor. We was spending. I maxed out credit cards, all kind of crazy stuff, just to get these projects done, and all kind of, it was crazy. But I like that I went through it. I realized what I was going to do, what I would sacrifice, what I wouldn't sacrifice, what I would do and wouldn't do.
It was an investment.
Yeah, for sure.
So check this out, man. Like, it's the hour mark, and we always transition into a song. And right at the hour mark, you were mentioning, we were talking about Fist, right? And and the intention. I got a question for you. What's your favorite track off of that album?
Ooh.
Got an idea, but I want to hear it.
we had one called This One. That was one of my favorites. The title track is a banger too, but This One, I think This One. Yeah.
This one. All
This
right.
one?
Well, check this out. I've got this one ready to go.
Okay.
So what we always do is this. Like, as audiences normally consume music and are exposed to music, the artist, they never have an opportunity to have the artist talk to them and walk them through the thought process of the track, let them see what was maybe the creative process or the intent to the track. So I always say, like, laying the table, putting everything down and lay the table for them, set the table for them, what they're getting ready to hear, and what, give them any type of insight or what was going on when you were making this one.
Cool. Okay, so when it came up with that particular song, I had what's crazy, this was even crazier. I had a sampler, but it was one of those box samplers that used to go on the racks, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was Bootsy Collins' old rack. I got it from he had took it to Guitar Wherever, one of them stores, and they said he just, like, I was like, give me that. I went there to get an MPC or whatever, right? But I said, nah, give me that. Went home, plugged it in within that first day. Then that next day, after figuring out how to use it, that was like the first joint we did. And I was thinking about funk being funky, but the concept of this one was part of the hook is like, there's a lot of groups out there doing their thing, but you really need to get this one. And so that was the concept of the hook and the song in itself. And then on the hook, we had a brother by the name of Adrian Hall, who is a well-known, I'll consider him a legendary singer from the Cincinnati area. He used to sing a lot of the jingles on the radio, like Dodge Jewelers, all kind of different stuff. He was actually in a R&B group too. They were signed and made some moves or whatever. But at this time, he's somebody I know since I was a teenager. I just referenced the hook for him, let him see what I was singing. And he did the hook and brought it home for us, and became one of our very favorite songs to perform. We performed at a radio performance it was like some, a lot of things that Cincinnati does, the outdoor events, and we was on one of the radio stations in the city stage. I won't say no names, and we did that song. And then that was Saturday. Monday, by the time Monday came on, they were using our catchphrase as a segue from a commercial into listening to. There's a lot of radio stations out there doing their thing, but you really need to listen to this one. And me and X is in the car like,
wow.
Did they just?
Wow.
Yeah. So this one,
there it is. The table is set. So here we go. This one, y'all. Give me a second. Sometimes YouTube likes to be. There we go.
When we come through, sticking to you like hot sweat in a silk suit. Best know this, we come in peace if you let us be, but let us be on hallway in pieces is how you'll find the majority Nubian, a fraction of Sumerian, a smidget of alien, a present vegetarian surrounded by beef in the world trying to eat. Can't let your needle skip, groove, or jump beat. When I descend to the next, I resurrect the loved ones around me. I came to manifest, one gather the truth found me. Like changing your cushions. Don't know the legend you pushing me to the edge of insanity, but you still ain't overstanding me. My trigger finger itching to shoot these words through your speaker. Touch man, woman, and child, like earth creatures. My melanin tones is how I talk to the sun. The last shall be first, and that can only be just one.
When we stepped into the room, my sailor sisters dropped their draws. That's not what we came to do. We came to rock for y'all. Get y'all all up in the groove. There's a lot of groups out there doing their thing, but you really need to get this one.
And y'all 4.5 mics superior. The next joint will be a classic. No hating ass hip hop politics can mask it. Eternal swords meant for everlasting. Devil bashing, posse cut crashing. That lame be not having it. You feeling salty? Put that shit in the cabinet. We feeling fabulous, so holla back, youngin'. I got a scope on my lyrical burn. Wow, catch you running, putting something on your mind every time. The rhyme leads the blind to the shine. The shine leads the soul to the divine. Body, spirit, and mind created in the image of the Most High. High, super fly, it's do or die in this business. Handle your shiznit. These vultures be all on your Disney. Keep it in perspective. Keep it straight with the people in it. Forever respected. Forever respected.
When we stepped into the room, my sailor sisters dropped their draws. That's not what we came to do. We came to rock for y'all. Get y'all all up in the groove. There's a lot of groups out there doing their thing, but you really need to get this one.
Y'all afraid of this, afraid of that, afraid that my magician had voodoo. Who that has it? Then don't worry. This one is too legit. You can't compare it. You need to quit it, stop it, get with it, don't knock it. Learn some new topics, man, so you can rock it. I know I hear the drums, then you know that we the ones. Son of a guns, making devils run from the sun. What I healing, feeling vibration. Coming straight off the drum, make you move your feet, move these hips, swinging your arms. Back and forth, overstand it. This one was recommended by the the monkey palm.
Oh yeah. We stepped into the room, my sailor sisters dropped their draws. That's not what we came to do. No. Y'all all up in the groove. There's a lot of groups out there doing their thing, but you really need to get this one. They really wanna know why the Watusi come and do they thing.
And why they getting me to come on the track and sing? Yeah.
I said the crowd on pause.
As soon as we step into the room, I said the sister drop they draws. That's not what we came to do. We came to rock for y'all. Get you in the groove. There's a lot of girls out there doing their thing, but you really need to get this one. Oh yeah.
Crowd on pause. Then I step in the room. They drop the draws.
But that's not what we came to do. There's a lot of groups out there doing anything, but you really need to get this one.
Once again,
Dancing
this one.
Somebody said take out the parts of it. Well, actually, I like the way it started because I didn't know which way it was going to go until the bass line came in. And I like to hear raw elements of a song like, okay, you only know that's there if the whole track is playing. I like to hear some of the raw elements.
Yeah,
That was funky, some good lyrics. Sound like a very, very energetic and fun song to do.
yeah.
And I can hear some of that.
I heard climax. I heard the climax inspiration.
I heard a little Teddy Riley inspiration.
Yeah.
So
And I think if I remember correctly, that song might even came on at some point, and then climax or whatever, and then I probably was making a joke or something the it was about some portion of it was about women or whatever. It's a meeting in the ladies' room or whatever. But ours was or not the women, but their song was the men.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? So
the drop the draws, but they ain't what we came here to make.
So because I mean, at that point, at that time, it was getting crazy again. Like the shows we were doing, having to sign people's like shirts or sign people's breasts, sign people's stuff to where it was like, or like people was really trying to and like I said, we a lot of us was with we had girlfriends. I was married, so we was trying to be faithful. So it was like we came to rock. Yeah. All we came to do is rock. We ain't on that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Try to stay happily.
Down and out. They're trying to get like nah. We just here to make you have for y'all to enjoy yourself and have a good time and get a little tidbit of whatever knowledge we thought we was kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get something from that, then then it was good. But yeah. They said the pots is fed. That's funny.
Oh, we have some Midget Mike, hilarious. We have some very observant ears on here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
So transitioning into like, what will be the next track that you'd like for everybody to hear?
I would like for everybody to hear Grand Vibalizer. That's a solo joint. That would be of course Grand, GRAND, then VIBALIZER. And this was kind of paying homage to X-Clan, brother Jay.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, because I sent it to him too. He gave me love on it. I sent it to him because he had Grand Verbalizer.
Yeah, Grand Verbalizer. Everybody saying what time it is. Yeah, that was one of our very big concert groups. Let's run it.
Got it. Give me 1 second.
And what's the brother that passed? Wasn't Brother Jay, it was
PXO.
Yeah.
Professor X.
You sucker.
Sissy.
Yeah, sissies. Suckers was KRS-One. They said sissies. Similar concept.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wanted to say about the making of this or anything like that, as far as giving anybody some insight on just the overall song?
I'm pretty sure I was probably listening to that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? And I was like, oh yeah. So what I did was I caught a piece of that song to where the only part I could get without there being a vocal to it, kind of got it, bam. And then I took another track, another piece off of one of the other songs that they had on that same album, blended them together, and then created the drums and everything else, the bass line, a lot of stuff around it to finish it off. And that was one of the ones that just as I did the beat and got finished, I just hopped right on the mic and just came up with that hook, dropped the hook, and then proceeded to come with the verse. And I mean, probably within a couple hours, it was done.
There it is.
I love performing that one too. Love performing that song.
Here we go.
Grand Vibalizer. Here you go.
Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? It's time to represent OGs keeping it lit. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Come with the truth, let's talking bullshit. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Never diminish your image, your soul, or your gifts. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Uno Kenobi, make sure you got it. Yo,
don't mind if I do. Get up on this mic and spit some fly shit for you. Uno Kenobi's the vibe forever new. The relevance of the intelligence don't misconstrue. I could give a damn about who you is, who you knew, or how many times you smashed another nigga's boo. Same old monkey see, monkey do. Weasel ass niggas ain't shit without their crew. Uno's the one, ain't never playing the two. Point guard vision, I see you before you do. I was raised by the funk, you was raised by a chump. I'm draped in the it factor, you a lame and a punk. I master my high, you a slave to being drunk. Watching me from afar, hating and feeling stuck. When it comes to this music, I feel a rush. Always tapped in, never out of touch. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? It's time to represent OGs keeping it lit. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Come with the truth, let's talkin' bullshit. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Never diminish your image, your soul, or your gifts. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Uno Kenobi, make sure you cop it. Uno, how you make 'em get down. I keep it 100, keep the funk in the sound. God body flow is my flex, I rep my crown. Word to KRS-One, I boogie down. 360 degrees, my cipher the sound. Grand verbalizer with this shit, peep the nouns. My team is too legit, I don't play around with clowns. Only checking with the real when I come into your town. Prominent motivator, hip-hop cultivator. I stay away from all these hip-hop culture haters. I spark the flame, my G, that's in my nature. Connect the dots, but if need be, eliminate you. And that's on any level, destroying any devils. Any skin tones, any suburbs, any ghettos. With a smile on my face, vindicated like Mellow. Still got game, respect my name, hello. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? It's time to represent OGs keeping it lit. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Come with the truth, let's talkin' bullshit. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Never diminish your image, your soul, or your gifts. Grand Vibalizer, what time is it? Uno Kenobi, make sure you cop it.
There it is, y'all.
Yeah.
I like
You know what I like about it? I could tell, like, from the project we worked on and what I've heard, that's when you developed your sound on the mic and how you recorded yourself. That sound is real smooth, it's clean. So whatever trial and error to get to that, you can tell on that track. That's when he's like, I got it. And from here on out, that's what you give people, and it's a good, clean, lyrical sound. And, love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I like you have like this way of putting like some. I like the ambient beds and the keys you put in the background, like if they're not driving, but they're back there, and they create atmosphere, and it's got this like dark mood, like groove, like it's not dark in a way, like it's like a good low key vibe, like it's
Right.
as far as it's just like
Right.
calming,
Yeah.
in a way,
Yeah.
but just like it's back there. It's a music bed.
Like
I'm
walking.
always listening to intricacies of how you put together music. Like I just love that. That's cool.
It's like walking through a peaceful alley, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Normally it'd be scary, but now it's like it's cool to walk down this alley.
Yeah. I'll be shooting a video for that soon too.
Oh, okay.
I'll shoot a video for that one soon. Yeah. For sure.
Word.
So, what are you working on, like, as far as projects that you go? Like, what are the things that you're actively working on right now? Besides, like, you get ready to shoot a video for that, but
right.
Are there other albums or other projects, or what's really like got you busy right now?
See, I've done a lot of. Usually, my year will go at certain. Let's say at the beginning of the year, I'm probably doing the end of the previous year. I'm collecting music, writing, not writing, but recording the music that I'm making or getting, and turning them into songs. And so I have those moments. I have like a month or something like that to where my creative juices is just going, and I can just record. And so at the same time that I'm doing the recording, I'm seeing, okay, this needs to go here, that needs to go there, that sit that over there, sit that over. Sometimes it's like that's not a Watusi joint. That's me and maybe somebody else. Or maybe it ain't gonna be me, it might be somebody else might want it. So I just sit a lot of things to the side. And then once the beginning of the year, like January, February, somewhere around March, I'm kind of knowing like, okay, this stuff is going on here. So I may have a project idea and understanding that I'm going to come out with a project maybe a year before it happens or 2 years before it happens. Like that Grand Vibalizer is off my Uno Kenobi album. And all my Uno Kenobi albums are going to be similar to not similar, but it may. The only thing I could kind of say that's kind of close to in terms of the direction and what my mind frame is like the Chronic series or whatever, a Dr. Dre type of album where he's rhyming on. But I think I'll probably rap a little bit more than he would, because he's probably a producer first and then an artist. Where I kind of like it's kind of dual with me.
And he's not writing his own stuff either, though.
Right. So it's like I got, say if I did like 30 songs in the span of a month, and say 10 of them are features, maybe 2 or 3 I'm like, that's gonna go to this particular solo album, but this is gonna go to this compilation that I'm dropping. This is gonna be here, this is gonna be there. So by the time it gets to March, now I already got stuff that I've been, for the last 5 years. I got songs that I will always perform because they're not dated, and it's kind of like a timeless subject matter. And the energy is always dope when I do them. So I'll be gearing up to start my show runs for that year. I like to start when right around spring when it's getting warm, February or something, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll add whatever these songs that I like, the new ones, I'll put them in place of certain stuff that I don't need to do no more show wise, because I also know these is gonna get people, try to get people accustomed to hearing them, because they're gonna be on said project or whatever this project might be. Like I did I was watching what's the John Wick. I was watching the John Wick series, right? Last year when 4 was coming out? Whenever 4 was about to come out.
It's like 2 years ago, maybe like 2023 or whatever.
Okay,
but like,
so
I remember when it was.
So when 4 was about to come out, I was like, I got these pictures that I took earlier in the year that were going to be just like my 50th birthday photo shoot, and one of the pictures that I took was in this darkly lit. It was in a studio, but the room was darkly lit. I had on a black jacket, and I was turned to the side. My hair was shorter than what it is now, but it probably came down about right here. And the way it looked, I was like, "Ooh, Vibe Wick," just like Leah Roney. I was like, "Oh, that's Vibe Wick." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come out with a 4-song EP to represent each movie of the John Wick series, and I'm gonna put it out. It's gonna be called Vibe Wick."
Vibe Wick.
But I decided I was going to do that about a year and a half before I was going to put it out. And then I was like, okay, so where am I going to put this project out at? I said it's going to have to be on Halloween, because I wanted to feel like I'm just in character. And so I got beats from CJ the Cynic.
Shout out to CJ.
We took our time. We took about 7 months. When he would send something out, like it, sit to the side. Send me something out, sit to the side. Send something out that might not work. Send me something else that might not work. Okay, yeah, that works. And then I waited, dropped 3 other projects, and then in that year that I dropped that, which was 23, on my birthday I dropped the Leah Roney project, which is in September, and then in October I dropped that one on Halloween. Then I did another project with about 7 songs with DJ Uwa. He did all the music.
Shout out to Uwa.
Sent me the music, and then I
Remember that.
turn them into songs or whatever. But the Vibe Wick album, you EP, you gotta listen to it.
I've got it pulled up. You got to give me so
it's about so in the movie, the John Wick movie, they steal his car, kill his dog, steal his car. Well, somebody I performed somewhere, right? Whatever. It's not a whole. It don't go into like a big backstory to lead you into it, but my mind frame was I was at a show, I did a performance, something. When I went back to get my microphone, somebody stole it.
Ooh.
So I had to, and this is my real microphone that I'm speaking on in this thing. I had it since 2000, so it's 25 years old. So the fact that you chose to disrespect me and steal my mic, I'm hunting this person down through each song so I get them at the end and the fourth song, and you know what I'm saying, and take them out. But just some imaginative type stuff that I thought would be
creative. Give me one off of that we should play.
Damn.
Started off with Vengeance, Coming for Him, Don't Want It, Curtains.
Go with Vengeance, because that starts the story, y'all. Yeah, go with Vengeance.
That's what I was figuring. Like, since it's that way, and everyone else can listen to it on their own, and I will definitely. I've got the link in the chat to the topic of the whole album, so it'll play as a playlist that I'm putting in here as I share this out. YouTube is tripping, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me a moment. There we go.
No one knows vengeance like I do, and I blame you.
Did this motherfucker really just steal my motherfucking microphone? You wanna bring that side back out of me, huh? Okay. Simply put, you done fucked up. My microphone you shouldn't have touched. Must be out your mind, sniff too much dust. Now I gotta put your ass in the cobra clutch. Empty out your guts like we used to do the Dutch.
Vengeance.
Master of disaster, my aim is impeccable. Blade swing faster. If I knew you was a backstabber, I wouldn't have walked past you. Kept you in my sight just in case I had to blast you. You don't play with an MC's mic. An MC's mic is similar to his wife. Me and my mic have had a hell of a life. 25 years to be clear, I've had a tight. And now it's on sight. Deep in the night, where all things come to the light. Wrong or right, you may be paying with your life. If I see one itty bitty crack on my mic.
No one knows vengeance like I do, and I blame you.
I hit the streets, I know exactly where he be. Dead in the middle of other whack MCs. Doodle rappers who call it nigga the king. He still ain't publishing and blood suck their dreams. A damn shame they gotta catch the rap too. But they chose their side so there be no excuse. Decapitating, evaporating, no exaggerating. Cross that line, there can never be a truce. The front of the train never followed a caboose. Play the part of a fool, get knocked up out your shoes. And hung up on the power line like your shoes. Over the cuckoo's nest, you must have flew. They ain't tell you who I'm is, nigga, I'm the truth. AKA the boogeyman. Who? I ain't even gotta stretch, I stay loose. Only thing that's gonna be stretched out is you.
No one knows vengeance like I do, and I blame you.
Yeah, man. I like that.
Yeah, I'm a big John Wick fan, so that Baba Yaga, the boogeyman, just the concept of like, you didn't took my mic, I'm hunting your ass. Over a mic? Yeah, mic, nigga.
Over a mic, motherfucker, it's over with. Hey, it gets violent, man, but I crack up laughing. I was laughing while I was doing it. I was just like, but it was fun though, you know what I mean? It was
parlaying the movie into a musical scenario.
And I had to wait because they had been talking about the movie was coming probably 6 months before the movie was coming. I was in the theater, that's what it was. And then so I had to wait for the movie to come out. I didn't want to do it before the movie. I want the movie to come out so I could see what was going on in the movie and then bounce ideas off my. Because what I did was watch the first movie, then I watched the second movie, third, and then when the fourth, I had to wait and watch it, and then just kind of like compile all of what my story, how I was going to like correlate with the with the movie, but of course not all the way intact. With the movie, but just to give me enough so that I could tell the story in a way that as you listen to it, you can follow it through. And I even referenced what I referenced in the first song, what I was going to do to him. It came back up in the end. It kind of was like, you know what I mean, like the character vibe was like being prophetic and what he was saying. But I had a good time doing that one, man. I had a great time doing that one.
Word. Hey, I threw it in the link. I know that I would love to. I think I did hear some of the Wop one, but I know
private chat.
Put it in the group. It was a Spotify link. Because
can you put it in the private chat for me, please?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
So we the reconnection, and I sent him some music, and sent out a lot of music. Kind of forgot about it. 6 months later, like fresh, I got the first song. I'm like, first song for what? It's oh yeah, I sent you some music.
Yeah.
And the first one I thought set off the project for me, and it was really good project. And then you fed me the other 4. I said, let's just put this EP out and see how it flows.
Yeah, that shit was dope. Was that 2017?
Yeah, I think you start sending me the songs in 2016.
Okay.
And then when I got the rest of them, we released it. Name of it was what was it called? The
OG Fresh and the Babyface Vet.
And I don't know where you found that old Black Planet picture from, but he made the logo. I looked at it, I said, where you pull that shit up from? See, that stuff that floats out on the internet is there forever. So you might have forgot about it back in 98 or whatever it was when you first did it. It's still floating out there. So if you don't want any old embarrassing photo,
Man, that's still
cool.
your Facebook profile pic to this.
That ain't my photo. That is not.
Yeah, there it is.
My favorite is You May Think. I like them all. Because I think that was talking about some relationships on 2 different sides of it. So
yeah.
So set the table for us on this one. What is this? As far as
You may think was like you know sometimes when this could be your homie or it could be your girl that you with or whatever. But I think I go on both sides of the coin. Talk about a homie and I talk about the concept of a relationship with a woman or whatever. And her perception of love versus what your perception of love is. Like she may think flowers and the fluff and the this and the that and is the type of love that, because that's what she's grown to associate with being love, what love is. I mean, and him and me, because it wasn't coming from a personal issue, but how I think is how I represent it for the guys. Like, no, the real shit that I do for you is because I love you. The being there, if you're calling me in the middle of the night because you need maybe somewhere flat, tire flat or whatever, some kind of crazy situation. My love for you is what's gonna get me out that bed to come help you, make sure you ain't stuck, and then no type of danger or something like that. Not me, along with if you flowers and all this stuff like that, but don't misconstrue tough love sometimes for somebody not loving you no more. Like, nah, I'm giving you what you need. You know what I mean? And then I need you to give me what I need. I don't need my ego stroked all the time. I need the real. And I'm the type of person I hold respect over love any day. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta have respect first and foremost before I can feel like whatever you claiming as love is real, in terms of how you giving it to me.
It's only 2 verses, but I think it's deep, and it was poignant to a point in time in my life as well.
Well, here it is, y'all. You may think.
G Fresh, Vibe 1. You may think that I don't love you. It's just hard for me to trust you. Word. I take the time to open up to you. And every time, this is the shit you do. Yo, I told you how I feel about that petty shit. Trying to argue out in public, I ain't with that shit. Using shit against me that I told your ass in confidence. On Twitter with your homegirl accomplices. Now that's the right thing to do if you want me to bounce. The wrong thing to do if you really trying to work this out. If you my woman, then you need to talk it out with me. Not try to do what you see someone else doing on TV. Shit, that's TV. This is reality. Do you want us to succeed or be a casualty? Make up your mind, cause it's the last damn time we having this conversation, baby. Now you decide. You may think that I don't love you. It's just hard for me to trust you. I take the time to open up to you. And every time, let me talk to you, bro. This is the shit you do. Yo, you been my man 100 grand since we played in the sand. In the hood, we was the first to use the term fam. At some point, shit changed, never to be the same. I think it has something to do with that pretty young thing. It's quite a shame shit changed over something so lame. You saw her first, but she chose me, man. You never approached, never even spoke. Never let me know how you was feeling deep within your soul. I'm figuring it's fair game for me to do my thing. Treated good, I have her calling my name. Since then, you been acting real strange. And oh yeah, I seen the text you left my baby mama the other day. You may think that I don't love you. It's just hard for me to trust you. I take the time to open up to you. And every time, this is the shit you do.
That's the real shit right there. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
Topics was on point, and it was just a ooh. I let us on, bro.
Trust is one of the biggest things for me, right? So yes,
yeah,
I love it.
This is the shit you do.
shit you do. Yeah,
Ooh.
man.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he was sending me those tracks, it
I'm
was just
adding
like,
that to the playlist right now, fam.
Word.
Don't lie, that speaks to me like
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Struck a chord. Yes, it works. It works.
no, it's just like I mean, that's not even the females. That's just the people in general.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's you can apply it to a relationship, but that's more than just that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Basic life concepts that fly over a lot of people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
Dope project. Dope.
Yeah.
So, yo, it is time for us to do the wheel.
Boom.
Y'all ready for the wheel? Y'all ready for this?
Hip to the wheel. Yeah, let's get the wheel.
All right, so
Let's go with the flow vibe. Go with flow.
so our co-host Big Weez, who couldn't be with us tonight, created a wheel. You know, there's lists. There's plenty of lists on the internet, bunches of lists. He found a list, took a list of on this internet, whoever this list was, top 100 MCs, put it in a wheel. We spin the wheel twice, give you two different MCs. You say who you're with and why. And that's the thing. It just tells us why you're with, why you choose who you're with, right? So with that being said, let's get into the wheel, y'all. All right.
Here we go.
So first up to bat. I don't know why this is not sharing. Can you see it?
I see it twirling.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's looking like a 1990 computer.
Right. This is acting like it's a 78 Buick right now, man. I'm like,
come on, Will.
I turned the VPN on. I forgot. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and change this up a little bit.
I'm thinking outro video too. If what's the song you did with Emac, man? You look like you had so much fun in that song.
That's
Actually,
that's hold on. That is, I'm looking at the album now.
I love Emac's production. He did one with
All
Young
that I
Fly.
can
That's
do.
good.
It's
All
called
that I can do.
All that I can do.
So if you ever saw your views go up, that was me playing it in heavy rotation for a while.
Oh, that's what's
So if you seen them like, damn, it's got that many plays. I'm like, that was fresh, just letting it run and back.
That's what's up.
And I shared it out to lots of people too.
So, without further ado, again, we are live, so stuff happens, right? But either way, here we go. We are ready to go. The first contestant up is the first MC, Royce the 5'9" versus.
Come on, give us a good one.
We respin
it. Yeah. But hold on, he used to dance, so Kid and Play might have.
That might have hit him there. Slick Rick, though.
Oh,
same era, nostalgic.
Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Get Fresh Crew versus
Royce the 5'9".
Royce the 5'9".
I'm gonna go with Slick Rick.
Why is that?
Ooh, interesting.
I'm gonna go with Slick Rick because him being one of those artists at that time growing up really I say was more impactful. You know what I mean? By the time I'm hearing Royce, anybody that well, that might mess up the rest of the game. I won't speak on nobody else just in case they get brought up. But that's my reasoning. That what he was doing was before I started doing what it is that I eventually started to do. But it was very influential, and it was just like it moved me in a sense to where it helped guide me in that direction as well. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that I'll never forget. That feeling when hearing them songs and the first time and all that type of stuff.
The
as
show,
opposed to like Royce.
Children's Story.
Yeah.
Young World. Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff. I mean, his storytelling ability, I mean, is just amazing. I mean, he's someone you can listen to, and it was very visual. You know, you can see. You didn't need a music video to you know what I mean. That was a good thing about Ice Cube too. That I loved about it was like you could visualize what it was that he was saying. So yeah, salute to you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Royce the 5'9". I think he's a rapper's rapper, very lyrical, and he spit some bars. But yeah,
Royce the 5'9" is
it absolutely has nothing to do with
we get it.
Style or nothing like that. Royce is ridiculous.
Yeah, I respect that opinion. I kind of agree.
Slick had the impact on me.
Yes. Probably had the impact.
I'm a grown. By the time Royce comes, I'm a grown man. So everybody that comes out after I'm grown is just like, oh, they dope, but I'm not influenced or impacted by them like that.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Well said.
Yes, sir. All right. So next up the bat. Let's see here. Chuck D.
All right.
Versus spin again because we've already had
Slick. Def Jam label mates.
Lil Wayne. Let's respin. I ain't giving you any.
Oh no, man! Hey, I would love to hear this.
I heard the
would
laugh.
You go? No, but that laugh might not mean it's bad.
All right, you pick.
Ludicrous.
It's gonna be Chuck D.
All right.
It is for the same reason that I said Slick Rick. They so far away from each other. There is no comparison for me between them two. You know what I'm saying? Luda's dope as hell. I love what he do. All that. Nothing against, but I'm not impacted. Public Enemy said shit that I heard for the first time. Like, oh shit, we can say that. You know what I mean?
Bass, how low can you go? Death
Yeah.
Row, what a brother know.
You know, all that stuff. All that stuff.
Seeing the vibe one of your answers, what would you do with Ludacris versus Lil Wayne?
Yo, that's a
Ludacris
good one.
versus Lil Wayne.
Thank you for that.
Ludacris.
That's a good flip.
All right.
Why is that?
Ludacris. He a Virgo, number one. Number two.
Virgo gang.
Virgo gang.
Virgo
Number two, I just identify. I would say I probably identify more with what he does. I feel like Wayne was so good at such a young age to a point where it felt like he was just playing, and just he's so dope. It happened to put things together that was clever and funny, and some stuff had, you know, there was bars here and there that had something to, had a little weight to them, but it, you know, not nothing that really stuck to me beyond. That was the I like how he did that. Whereas Ludacris is probably some songs of his that I felt more. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah.
Good answer. I mean, can't go wrong. Yeah.
All right. So 3 is the magic number. So we got one more to go.
That's one.
All right. Common versus.
Ooh. Come on, Will.
Give us something good.
Do us daddy.
MF Doom.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Common.
All right.
I'm gonna go Common.
Why is that?
Because I could relate to his I can relate to the storyline and stories of his music. And his performance is phenomenal. I've never seen him do a bad show. And in terms of Doom, I feel like he had a cult following. And I feel like he did some his whole style and the way he did things was like very unique, very dope, and very like, fuck what's going on over here in the mainstream. I'm over here doing this.
My thing,
But I liked him when he before he covered up the face. I liked him in the group that he used to be in. But by the time I just didn't Common stick to me more. Put it like that. They around the same age range and time, so it wasn't that thing versus that thing, because even with Common, even though he was mainstream and out there, he still, to me, I look at all these people as my peers. I don't look at nobody like, I ain't influenced by none of them. I like what they was doing, and they help inspire to keep going, to keep the torch lit. But if I was rapping the same time they started rapping or before them, I'm not influenced by them in that way. So if they going up against somebody that I was influenced by, the person that influenced me is going to always win out over that. So I never get into the Biggie, the Tupac, the Jay-Z. I don't get into none of that stuff. Nobody asks, they like who. I have no opinion on that. It's people whose music I like more than I like others, but it's not. I don't rank them like that. You know what I'm saying? I just try to enjoy them for what it is that they do, and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Well said. Well said.
Absolutely. And I can agree with that too, because it's extremely difficult for anyone, like anytime anyone asks me to pick, it's just like, man, I can't, because it just depends on my mood and the day.
Right. Yeah. The mood, the time, and
right. And like both of them may mean something to me, you know, on some type of way. So I can't like necessarily, you know, it's like picking a kid. It's difficult.
Right.
Unless you got a badass child, then you're
right.
Right. Fuck that. Now he's always in the corner anyway.
Thank God I don't have one of those. Thank you for my children. Thank you.
Right.
funny as
Vibe One. With what we're talking about, do you listen to any music right now? Any new music, or do you just listen to your music?
I do listen to new music, but it's more. It's not a lot of. It's new music from older artists. In terms of MCs, MCs, right?
So tell me
and
who
then
you listening
any
to.
new artists I listen to, they're probably singers, like vocalists or whatever. I like a lot of the.
But you listening to some of these gold school artists that are still dropping fucking.
Man,
still dropping
them, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And is any of them motivating you right now to keep doing or
Man, it makes me feel
new shit?
It makes me feel good because y'all know early in early 90s, even my big bro in our group X, I remember I was going on 20 and he was 23, and he said out his mouth, I ain't gonna be rapping at 25, right? And I'm like, what you mean you ain't gonna be rapping at 25? I'm gonna be too old to be rapping at 25. I was like, not even realizing that back then, like Chuck and them was probably almost 30 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was like, how does that work? He was like, he just wasn't gonna do it. I don't think it was cause of worldly view. He just felt that in himself he wasn't gonna be doing it past 25. I said, man, I'm gonna be doing this till I die. Like, as long as I'm alive and able to do and create, I'm gonna be doing music, because music and college or music and vibe go hand in hand. It's a package deal. That is what it is. So
Shout out to
of course later on he's still rhyming now.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. He's still spitting.
But it was just like I was like,
hey, we fight hip hop ageism here. I mean, your last guest, Al B.
Yes.
Cheese. We've had previous guests. We fight hip hop ageism. Every other genre gets to do it. Hip hop acts like you got to drop the mic after a certain age. We don't believe that here.
Nah.
We're gonna rap 80 years old. If you still got bars, you ain't got to dance. You ain't got to.
Right.
Come on with your walker and let the mic stand, hold the mic for you, and spit the bar.
You just got to keep going. You just got to not stop. If you stop and take a 20-year hiatus, then you coming back, you could sound dated or whatever.
Yes.
Even though I feel like I still sound like somebody that's of a certain age, I still feel like I sound like now. You know what I mean? So that's why I always feel comfortable. And I've done a lot of shows where it's these young guns, and Cincinnati got a lot of nice young artists blazing it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm put in there. You know what I'm saying? 5-1. But we got one coming up at the end of the month with Sons of Silverton. Me, Brandon Isaac is the younger guy. I'm not sure how young he is, but it's younger artists and older artists together. You know what I'm saying? But as long as, no matter the age of the artist, as long as they have learned about the integrity of making sure that your music is of a certain quality, and your skills are of a certain, quality.
Standard,
then we right there together, we working. I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of corny shit back then. The artists that that are our age and all that back then. It ain't like everything they did back then was wonderful. I was a lot of shit that I didn't like. It's a lot of shit that I didn't like going through the years of people that I did like certain projects. Like Wu-Tang didn't drop every album that was super dope to me, but off the strength of that first one and then what they did individually as time went on, I felt like I'm choosing to rock with them. You know what I mean? I choose to rock with them, period. Just like I choose to rock with New Edition. No matter all the crap they went through, Bobby Brown, all the crap he went through, or whatever. I choose to rock with these people because of whatever that feeling I got from them, that initial feeling that had me lock in and start paying attention to what they were doing.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Salute.
Word. Good question, man. Ways that was got him going. Yeah, man. When we go out, we usually do the shots and whatnot. But the one I told you, I think it's a feel-good song and it's a good video. What was the name of it again? It was, you did it with E-Mac.
All That I Can Do.
All That I Can Do. And see if I could find that, or Boogie. You got it? Okay.
Is there a video to it, or is it just
That should be a video.
There's a video to it, but you know, you can still get it on
Let me
any of
see
those.
I want them to see the video. I thought you was having a
Yeah.
great time in that video. All I can do. I know it's a video because I told you I was watching that mug.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see. Make sure it should be on the ESA, I think.
On the ESA one?
On YouTube, yeah.
I was looking on your personal one.
Yeah, that's where I had me. Give me 1 second. Get it.
Yeah, we're gonna find it real quick. Shout out to Jay Wizzle. Shout out to everybody in the chat checking
Yeah,
in.
salute everyone.
Usual, and still, I always got something funny as fuck to say. We got comedians in the midst. Maybe says some nice little funny shit. And supporting the music that gets played and the artists, their stories. I appreciate y'all.
Dreamweaver said, "What do you call prearranged rap battle?"
Is that a riddle or?
It's a joke. The answer is a disappointment.
I like that. I like that.
I know I got the videos here. Let me go in my library because I saved that
See, the
video.
one thing that
With your
comes
mic.
up is just the art, like just the still of it. You know what I mean?
So it's
You
all
can
I
just-
do.
You can just run the song
Oh,
up. You
man.
got that.
I think we cheating if we don't play the video.
Yeah, I don't like not playing the video.
Yeah,
on-
but if we
If you
I'm
was
on-
just watching it, it should be on your like last viewed videos or whatever.
no,
I'm
I
on
mean it was a
ESA
while back.
Entertainment, and it's
Oh,
under.
alright.
Is it under shorts or is it under videos? Is it playlists?
Video 5-1. All I do is see. That's bringing up all kind of crap. Trying to search from underneath. All that I can do.
Jay Wiz says he need to drop that Vibe 1 and E Renee joint.
Oh yeah, hey. What was the name you ended up calling that? I know you said was it like the barbecue, but I don't know if that was like the reference name or if that was the actual. Yeah, that shit. Hey. If you don't, let me drop it, man. That could be on the next little room.
Yeah, I'm actually, because it's been a while since I played that video.
Yeah, I don't even. I went to the guy who shot it. I went to his page, but I don't even see it on there. A lot of that stuff I probably going. It probably went straight to Instagram or straight to Facebook.
And I think that's what it did. So I don't know if it actually was on YouTube. So that might be dead. We might just have to play the.
Can you find it on Facebook if you want to play it?
Under pressure right now, probably not.
Right.
If you go to my Vibe One page, if you go to Vibe One, you probably find it quicker than on the college page.
Hold on, I'll try that real quick. Not, then we'll play that one. So we go to Vibe One. Vibe One. Following. Videos. Well, I got a lot of content, but that wasn't that long ago. We didn't get to talk about now. I'm talking about radio. We'll bring you back and get more of that.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it in your videos listed either.
Let's go,
Well,
Major Mike.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
You do?
Gotta go down to the bottom. I see it right here. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can get you the link here. Now it's on Facebook. Let's see if it plays.
Yeah, we'll try it.
All
Let's
right.
go for it.
All right, I'm gonna send it in the private chat for you, Boogie. Thank y'all for our patience. I'd like to really like.
We're live, y'all. So hey, that's the thing about being live.
We was doing the Roy Air searching. Searching.
Yeah, man. I challenge anyone to do this live and under pressure. If you think it looks easier than it is, go ahead and try it.
We live, we live.
We live, we all the way live. All right, so we've got it. Let's see here. Boom. Let's go.
Let me help you make up your mind. Give me a little time, spending on quality, not just wine and dine. Want you to see that I'm 100 and genuine. You can ride the pony whenever you feel it's time. Caught me with your behind, but kept me with what's in your mind. Cherry on top when I find out we share the same sign. Our paths have intertwined for something that's so divine. It would be a crime if we didn't combine. Cross collateralize our bloodlines. Mix the eternal with the God high. From the whisper in your ear to God's eye. I would've been a fool if I let you slide by. I'm never that, known as a clever cat. You haven't heard in a while, let me handle that. Show you something much better, I'm the man for that. Trust, no matter what, such a demand for that. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you need. Let me know and I will do all that I can do. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you need. Let me know and I will do all that I can do. Yo, I'm tired of shooting crack with all these self-proclaimed hood rats. I put my money on you, that's where the win is at. I give you love, I know I'm getting it back. Unconditional or spiritual, in a matter of fact. We get down like that, or hold it crown like that. If one of us is down, the other one will pick up the slack. It's a natural connection whenever we show affection. Real shit, not fake like these elections. It's a blessing every day we can see our reflection. Say a prayer before we bounce to solidify our protection. Minimize our stresses, stay on the right direction. Never be too possessive, it's a valuable lesson. No fatal attraction, scratching or smacking. Not less we talk about the flipping, rub it down fashion. You far from poison, that booty is well proportioned. Smile is so pretty, spirit is so gorgeous. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you need. Let me know and I will do all that I can do. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you need. Let me know and I will do all that I can do. Yeah. Just let me know, baby. It ain't like you don't deserve it. It ain't like you ain't worth it. You know? For real. Hey, yo, I will do all that I can do. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you need. What you need. Let me know and I will do all that I can do. You know it. Just tell me what you want. What you want, baby. Just tell me what you need. What you need. Let me know and I will do all that I can do.
Told you.
Right
Told you
on.
that's
dope.
that's vibe one right there. That's vibe one. That's a vibe. Very, very well shot video too.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Showing them old breaker moves.
That took me back
yeah,
down
we had a
memory
good time
lane. Is
doing
that
that.
Montgomery? Where is that? Where was that?
Good time doing that.
Where did you shoot that at?
And down in Atlanta, we was like in the Stone Mountain area. And it's crazy because I had the line in the
I
song
thought that
about
was shot somewhere in Cincinnati. My bad. I was thinking, I was like, man, I know, like,
I looked at it, I couldn't recognize none of it. So I didn't know where it was.
that's in this down the Stone Mountain area in Atlanta. It was crazy because I had the line when I say you can ride the pony whenever you want, right? And they had this fucking old this place where I guess they used to give pony rides, and they had the pony ride sign right there. I was like, boy, look. I was like, look. He was like, I said, that's what I say in the song. He said, oh shit, this is crazy. And then so I was like, yo, I just want to start from here. I want to take it, hit this left, and go all the way down this corner right here. And then get around. We knew we was gonna go around that corner. And then after we start shooting, I said, I want to do the thing. I want to seem like I got backup singers. But it's gonna be me. And so we shot that, you know what I'm saying? Shot that separately or whatever.
I like that part.
Pieced them together. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time doing that, man. That was super fun.
Shout out to G. Lorraine. I like everything about that song. Yeah, finding that video. Because the song dope, but without the video just gives us that extra icing on the top of the cake and a candle or two.
Because this is one more way for you as an artist to express what it is that you're trying to convey.
Yeah,
the song, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's bringing two different art mediums together, and being able to put it in one project. Kind of like, there's audio podcasts and there's video podcasts. This is going to definitely be on audio soon, where you'll just be able to speak into Alexa or Siri and tell them to play B-Boys Underground episode number 68 Vibes 1, and this is going to start playing. So just like that, either audio or video wise, it's like that. So B-Boys Underground episode number 68, the one and only magnificent mighty Vibe 1. Salute to you, family. Thank you so much for blessing us.
Appreciate it, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Man. Yes, sir.
So we got to press this button. Got to give a shout out to my brother Herbs One Beats. So with that being said, we're going to say shout outs, fam. We're going to start off with the one and only Vibe 1. Shout outs, fam.
Peace. I want to shout out to my crew, the Watusi Tribe, man. Y'all know I love y'all. My family, my seeds, my grandchildren, everybody that's ever come to a show, everybody that's ever had constructive criticism, all that from A to Z. My moms, pops, brothers, all my family, man. Appreciate y'all. Cincinnati, what up? Covington, what up? Much love, respect to everybody.
Absolutely. And then next up, the one and only G Fresh.
Yo, shout out to 513 as usual. International hip hop, how we doing it? B-Boys Underground Community, B-Girls, B-Boys. Shout out to Boogie, to Mad Ways, to Big Weeze. Shout out to myself. Hey, shout out. Shout out to Vibe 1, my brother from way back, man. I always have a good time linking with somebody that was such positive character, great talent. I'm glad you could come on. Hey, tell Watusi you want to come back with the whole crew. We had you, we had Satuk, we had Samson. Supposed to get Mad Ock. I mean, have a nice little Watusi reunion. I don't know how many we can hold up to about 10 on the screen, so we can work on that. And shout out to Wifey and they're relaxing. Shout out to all the lovers. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all been so supportive as usual.
Yes.
B-Boys Underground, episode 68. Rollo.
Hello. And then the one and only Mad Way. Shout outs, fam.
Yeah, shout out to all the B-Boys, all the B-Girls, to you, Ghost Boogie, G-Dash, Big Weeze. Everybody in the chat tuning in, lighting up the chat. Big ups to all of y'all. And big ups to 5-1, man. Appreciate the music. Got some bangers.
Thank you, bro.
I love it.
Absolutely. So, it's been another dope episode of B-Boys Underground. You can check us out every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. to be more Pacific. Live every single Wednesday. We've got a full calendar, just continuing to line up. So if you are any artist, or if you are an artist that have been on the show and you have an artist that you would like to get on the show, please get with us to get your spot on a very tight calendar. So please, with all love, shout out to G Fresh, shout out to Big Wee, shout out to Mad Way, shout out to my usual suspect family. Shout out to all my family. Much love to you. Keep it positive. Keep it pushing. Keep persevering. Stay in the present. You can't change the past. You can't predict the future. But what you can do is take proper preparation in the present to put you on the right path for the future that is that you want. Make it, create it, be it, love. With that being said, we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Shout out to Lid Rolling. Lid Rolling, shout out.